So welcome to the package maintenance, the Node.js package maintenance team meeting or working group meeting for February 23rd, 2021. We'll follow the agenda that we had laid out in the issue within the repo, which was issue number 450. So to start out with, does anybody have any announcements that they'd like to share? Maybe worth just mentioning, I think, Beth, can you remind me, has the CFP for OpenJS World closed yet, or is it last minute?
Unless it's been extended again. I believe it was due to close yesterday. So
Okay.
end of.
Okay, so it's closed. Okay, then I don't have anything else either. So let's move on to the issues tagged for the agenda. The first one is OpenJS World's 2020 CFP. So I think Glenn and so go ahead.
It's been submitted. I pasted like a thing. So it went in yesterday at 1 o'clock, giving everyone in Europe a chance to tell me that they didn't like anything I'd written in the abstract. There were no dissenters, so it went in.
Okay, so that was submitted. You were submitting the panel, right?
Yep.
And then I think separately, Dominicus and Beth, were you submitting a talk too, or?
Darcy and I.
Oh, Darcy and you, okay. So that's gone in, do you think, Beth, or?
I'll need to double check, but we did have the abstract and stuff. So.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so the next issue on, and that one I guess I'm going to go and close then. Okay, submissions in closing, RCFP. Okay, so the next one is confirm reevaluate meeting time schedules. I forget. Right, so there was a doodle that we were filling in. I'm just looking to see where that doodle is. Ah, there it is. Well, it looks like most people have filled it in.
Michael, just interject. Would you like to make me co-host so I can promote folks as they join?
Sure. I will promote Tierney and then promote you at the same time. Okay, so that has, I guess I could share the schedule here, share screen. This was the results of the doodle that we've put together. So it looks like we have one which has the most availability, followed by a couple of others that have reasonable availability. And currently we have 2 times, right? So we alternate. But our times really aren't that much different geographically. Sort of 1 to 2 is kind of in the middle of the day. So I don't know what people think based on that. Should we move? What are the 2 times we currently have? We currently have one at 9, which is the one today. And then we have one at 3 to 4 on Tuesdays, which I guess is the existing time. So should we, I'm wondering, should we move the 9 o'clock one to this Thursday slot? Does that make sense?
Reasonable.
Say that again?
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I think so. That's the obvious one, isn't it?
Right. And that way, like it's, it seems like we cover pretty much everybody in the two, like the two that would cover the two most popular, and everybody would have said they could make one of those two. Okay, so let me take some notes there. So that's Thursday 1 to 2 Eastern. And let me just take some notes in the issue itself if I can stop sharing. Okay, so I'll go and do that afterwards in terms of moving them, but that's good. Okay. Actually, I'll just put that in the minutes too. Okay, so just a list of modules to help get support info. That one, I don't see any more comments or anything. I don't know if anybody has anything to talk or discuss on that front. Okay, the next one is suggest ignoring a vulnerability by the package maintainer. This one, I know that the the collaboration space was approved. There's going to be an announcement going out, and I did start and spend some time with Darcy setting up repos and stuff like that in the OpenJS Foundation repo, so we should see that being kicked off pretty soon.
It takes an awful long time to get that approved and set up. Why is that?
Well, there's two things. One, it took us a very long time to submit it.
That doesn't help, yeah.
Honestly, in terms of getting it approved, I just didn't follow up fast enough. It was approved. I think we had agreement to approve it within 2 weeks, just to give people time to think and read. And then I didn't follow up for a week after that or something like that. So that's why it took a little bit longer. So shouldn't really take that long. It's just a matter of us. I think we could have had the whole thing launched much earlier if we'd submitted earlier and if I'd pushed a little faster in getting the
I figured,
approvals and all that. So
if it's us, then yeah. It's like, yep. It feels like this thing should be like, you want it, you got it. But,
yeah. And that's pretty much what it was. It does take, you have to give people time to think and read. You can't expect them to just drop things immediately. So probably around a 2-week turnaround time is about as good as you should expect from a group. But yeah, it was longer than that, and it was kind of because we'd said like, hey, if consensus based, if there's no, we have agreement if there's no concerns by this date, and I just didn't pick it up immediately on that date.
Cool.
So yeah, so now it's sort of up to us to sort of launch and get that going. So hopefully we'll get that going next week or so. You can see if you go over to the OpenJS Foundation, you can see the repos are there. So the PR, the repos there. I'll just find the link. Where did we put that? All right, there we go. So here is the link. And so basically, it's basically ready to go. I think Darcy was going to send out a doodle to get the meeting going, and he should be working with Rachel and Jory on a sort of announce to see if there's other people we can get involved too. Next steps on support levels and package JSON. I think I mentioned, and I don't remember if it was last week, but I think probably been since then. So this is the link blog. I just want to find that blog post. Quickly find that. Hold on. Should show up here. All right, so here's the post I mentioned where we're talking about it and promoting a bit the inclusion in the Red Hat NodeShift modules. We will talk to some of the other teams within Red Hat to see if we can get it added there as well. So I guess the other thing that happened was we also landed the create command in the support module, PKG support module. So I think that was the other thing we wanted to do in terms of, let me just get that too, so PKG. PKG, So this was the pull request, I think, to do that. Where are we? So yeah, so this PR landed creating the support request. So I think that was the other thing we were kind of like, we should do that before we started to promote more and ask other module maintainers to start adding the support info into their modules. I don't know if there's anything else people have to suggest that we should do, or people we think we should reach out to in terms of trying to sort of get the momentum going on that front. I don't know, Dominicus, do you think there's any interest on the Nearform side to add it to some of the modules there?
Yeah, sure. I'll see if I can push that. Yeah.
Okay. And I guess the other thing I'll try and follow up on is we did have a proposal in with NPM in terms of having the information added on the UI for NPM, which I haven't chased yet, but Darcy did give me the name of who I should sort of reach out to, so I'll do that. Okay, that takes us to the end of the agenda. I don't know if there's anything else we wanted to talk about this week.
I was gonna, because I don't get a lot of time with Dominicus, I was gonna offer to do some more stuff on Wibby. I looked the other day, I must say, I just looked at the top one. You said you were already doing that. So I'm now going to look down and look at the second to top one, which is a naming test.
I'm working on the second one. I'm working on the second one. Go lower.
Well, what would you suggest? Where somewhere you are not going to do that I can do and won't bump into you?
So I haven't specified in detail many of them. So how about I'll tag you? I'll go through the issues again, and I'll tag you on.
Yeah,
on
tag
the
me
stuff.
on some, because I started at Christmas when I got into it. I must say I didn't understand all of the new interfaces that we have, and I'm still coming up to speed on GitHub Actions. But you seem
Number
to be
55 sounds like something.
Yeah,
you might be able to pick up.
Yep. GitHub Actions. I'm very much learning that as we go along. Yeah, that's a good one.
So that was number 55, you said?
55, that's dev dependencies.
Okay.
GitHub Actions, I have that almost done. The reason it's not done is because it depends on some of the other ones that I
tag me then.
off. Yeah.
I'm willing to lend more of a hand there.
Thank you.
Just need some guidance.
Yeah, and then we can. Yeah, I need to review the MVP stuff as well again. Yeah, the blocker there, I picked also. I spoke to Matteo that maybe we should try to get that set up on Fastify, and that is an option. But then I started going through what that would mean for Wibby, and I figured that there's just a teeny bit more that needs to be done before we can call it an MVP and suitable for human consumption. There's actually a project there.
Actually, one of the things we've got to improve the README, because when I read the README, I had to go and read the code afterwards because I didn't understand. I didn't actually understand what it was doing, but once I read the code, I was fine. So actually, that's something I can work on, improving the README.
Yes, please. Yeah, we didn't spend much time. I didn't even bother with documentation, given that it's still very, very early.
I'll have a look at that. Tag me on others, but that's something I did.
Yeah, I know you have that issue. Yeah. If you can.
Yeah, I mean, Glenn, if you've just figured out what it is, it's a perfect time to write it down. So
that's why I raised the issue. The README. That was a classic README.
Yep.
Okay. Any other things we should talk about before we close out for today? If not, great. Thanks, everybody. And we will get together another couple of weeks and we'll talk to you then.
Yeah. Nice seeing you all.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye, Rue. Bye, Terry. Bye, Beth, Dominicus, Michael. See ya.
Yep. Bye.